Anything fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, I talked about this at the top of the show. I was so excited about it because this is the first time you're ever seeing this. This is a brand new camera from Minolta, and I am the one who's always going to tell you, I know you live by your phone. We all do. We say, oh, the phone will do it all. But there's certain things that the phone doesn't do, and that is capture your memories in the best quality ever, right? We want to be able to go on those vacations. We want to be able to go to those special events. Let's say you have a big anniversary coming up, 45 years, 50 years. My parents just celebrated their 45th anniversary, and we would never just take the pictures for their event on a regular smartphone camera. This is the camera that's going to be the one that's going to take those amazing pictures, because we're not just talking about it being just a rinky-dink camera. This is Minolta. This is a company that is known for their quality, for their images, for decades. It's been around for years, being able to bring you the best quality. I mean, I still remember when I was a kid, those commercials for Minolta when I was watching The Wizard of Oz. It was kind of amazing. But we're talking about 64 megapixels. And Joe Harrison is standing by. Joe Harrison is the tech expert I go to when it comes to images. I tell you, he told me about megapixels. He said megapixels equate to high quality pictures.
Absolutely.
And so we're not just talking about pictures, and Joe, I'm just gonna hand it to you in a second.
Sure.
But I wanted to make sure people knew it does that. But 4K video.
4K videos too, it's unbelievable.
Wireless connection to your phone, so that you're not just like, oh, I'll never use those pictures. They're gonna be stuck on the phone forever. No, 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 no. You can wireless connect to that camera, get your pictures immediately in post. This is my camera.
It really is, and that's the great thing about having is that so many of us rely on our cell phone, like you mentioned, for that camera. What do you end up doing? You take that picture with that cell phone, it looks great on your cell phone, then you go print it out on something that might be an 8x10 or even larger, and you're like, ooh, that's not that great of a picture. The reason why comes down to the megapixels. Most cameras have a 10, 12, 14 megapixel camera built into that cell phone. This one is 64 megapixels. So when you think about that, that's 4, 5, 6 times what our cell phones can do. And the way that Minolta's designed this, you're gonna take the best shots, because they've designed it to make it convenient for you to hold. So as you hold it there, you see the lens sticks out. They've done that for that design, so it makes it nice and comfortable. There's a push button on the top that you can now take your photos. There's a big 3-inch display on the backside that you'll be able to see those photos. And there's even a dial on the top. You put in the automatic, it'll do everything for you. Or if you want, you put it in one of the 8 different settings for if you had a birthday, if you had a sporting event, if it's a low light setting, if you're portrait mode. You have 8 different settings on there to give you the best photos. And by the way, when you're recording your photos, it's to a memory card that's built on here. We're giving you a 32 gig memory card that can store thousands of photos. But then when you print the photos off, this is the great thing, Emily, is that you're not only printing off just a little photos, you're printing off everything in high quality.
Absolutely, and we're gonna look at high quality printouts, because Joe always comes prepared. I absolutely love it, and then mostly from your own trips, which is so good. But let's go through the colors really quickly. What we get here is either the black, which is classic, of course, if that's what you're looking for, right? And then we have it in the red, we have it in blue, and we have it in purple, but purple is the most limited color right now, and I love it because I haven't seen purple, not a lot, in terms of camera colors, and so if you want that color, that's the one you're gonna have to dash. Get right in there, put it in your cart, and then hit the buy button. Do not wait on that. Now let's talk about what we get in this package, because look at all of this. This right here is what you're gonna get when you get this home. So the Minolta camera, of course, it comes with a carrying pouch, the AC adapter, a 32 gigabyte memory card, which of course we'll go into a little bit more, and then a USB cable as well as a lithium-ion battery. This is going to be rechargeable. You don't have to worry about ever replacing a battery in this camera. It's fantastic. And I will say, tossing to you in your amazing trips, I will never make this mistake again. I went on a trip to Alaska.
Oh man, it's beautiful there.
Completely relied on my cell phone to take pictures. And I said to my husband, we need to blow some of these pictures up. They're gorgeous. To put in our house on the walls, not one stood up. No.
That's what normally happens, is you take these photos, you're like, that is the best photo, I'm gonna have this forever, and then you're disappointed, because when you print them off, you're like, wow, that once-in-a-lifetime trip, that birthday, that graduation, I didn't capture the memory because I relied on a cell phone. Minolta, this is what they've been doing for 80 years, and I just took a couple pictures here. You know, as you're looking even at the boat, it has something called an infinity focus, where every person is now automatically in focus. So you look at the colors just popping off. Even though it's a cloudy day and the sun's not, or the water's not as vibrant, still look at the vibrant of the colors of the boat and every individual person that's on there. They're all in focus. I love being able to have that. Even off in the distance, you know, you're looking, maybe you're visiting a city, maybe you're just taking pictures of the buildings. Everything pops and everything is crisp because you have that 64 megapixels. Now you're not off the distance. How about your own spring flowers, your summer flowers? You can get really close because there's a macro mode where just look how vibrant the contrast is between the greens and then the different shades of purple. That's what Minolta does, is every color is true to life. Just like you were right there in that garden taking the photo, you've got it. But then it's all the kids, all the different things that we're doing with the kids.
Gorgeous.
You capture those smiles.
Oh my gosh.
You look at the birds that are on there as well. It makes it so nice. I'm gonna show you the zoom here just in a second. But these are memories when you're trying to chase the kids and you're like, oh, they're smiling right now, let me take the photo.
Right.
But if you did this with your cell phone, you try to open the app, you unlock it with your face, you're trying to get everything in there. You miss the moment. With Minolta, it's one touch of a button, and you've got it. I'm gonna go over to the birds I was just showing you, because yes, there is a zoom that is built into there. They're the birds that are right there, and I can go from that to that. Look how cool, look how vibrant, look how clear those birds are. And because it's 64 megapixels.
Look how beautiful.
Look at how the colors just pop on there, how it's so sharp. It is unbelievable. And keep in mind, that's where the birds are. They're all right there. And that's what you're doing now. So even with the zoom that's built into it, you can get close to the action. And this is kind of like,
crop your perfect pictures,
right? Oh,
right?
Absolutely crop. Because sometimes you take, a lot of times you take a picture of a photo and you get a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, I just want to be able to zoom in. You can zoom in and crop that out. But then this is what I love, is showing how big you can blow this up. This really tests a camera, because most people don't show images like this, because when you start to blow up these bigger photos, everything's out of focus, it's pixelated. This one, we took this picture of this, this town over in Europe, and every window is all in focus. Every door, every window, every tile that's on the roof, it is all in focus. There's nothing on here. And this, by the way, is a 20 by 30 inch photo that you have on here. You can even see the pops of color with the blue umbrellas, and then there's the yellow shades there too. Everything is in focus. You wouldn't get that with a cell phone picture. And this was a once in a lifetime trip. You could even see the people, there's a for sale sign on there as well. It is wild the detail that you get, but you only get this because you took a picture with a camera. Because if I try this with my cell phone, as great as the cell phones are, and I paid $1,000 for my cell phone, and even on the back, like they keep adding little cameras on there to trying to make it better, it's not better. Because when you go on vacation, these memories are once in a lifetime. Don't trust your cell phone. You end up holding it with your camera, and it makes it so easy to take that photo. But I know what happens, like when you're thinking, oh, I want to share these memories. I capture this. I'm using my cell phone so I can post it on Facebook and Instagram and text it. Well, here's the great thing Minolta's done. They created an app that takes your photos from here to your cell phone. Doesn't matter if it's Android or Apple. It will wirelessly connect, and now you can share those memories and then upload them to Facebook. So yes, you have the ability to still share, but now, Emily, you're taking photos with a professional quality camera, photos that you're really gonna have for a lifetime.
Everything you just said made me think about so many things, right? I'm thinking about the moments, right, when you're on your phone. Somebody goes to call you, and you're in the middle of getting that beautiful shot. What happens? Because it's a phone, the phone will take over, and then you've missed that moment. It's horrible. And especially when you're shooting video, right? It will not save that original video. It's gone, right? It's just, I think about how many moments I've lost that way. Now think about what takes up the most space on your phone when your phone starts to act laggy. It's because you're over inundated with those photos and videos. If you have a device like this Minolta camera that will store those pictures in a safe and easy to use place so that they're there instead of bogging down your phone, bonus, right? And you're thinking about how much you pay for your phone to do all the jobs, right? It's expensive. A phone is expensive, but it does many, many jobs. When you think about being able to get the high quality pictures that really, my mom only says she has a smartphone so she can take pictures. And I go, Mom, don't do that to yourself. Get yourself a fantastic camera that then can hook to your phone. Because that's really where the magic is. That's where the quality is. And this is Minolta. This is a company that we know and we trust. They've been doing this for years. It is the images that you are going to be what you look at after years and years and say, Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember
going
this
to Alaska.
moment?
Or, yep.
Going on your trips, big anniversaries, all the birthdays. Don't trust them to your cell phone where you might by accident delete something. God forbid on your trip, what do? Drop it in the water.
Right.
Your phone is gone. I mean, God forbid it's not recoverable, but you don't want to risk that, right?
Yeah. Phones are great. You know, they have their purpose in life, but you're trying to capture these videos. You know, we were talking about videos with cell phones. This is 4K quality video, so it's as good as better than most cell phones that are out there.
But even more so.
If you try to record a video on your cell phone, like the battery drains so quickly.
It does.
You keep it open, you're like, I'm recording. Wow, the battery's down to 22%. I got to stop recording. I got to stop taking photos because you're worried about your battery running out. You don't have to worry about that at all with the battery that's built into this because this is ready. Or even if you're waiting for that perfect moment, look how big that 3-inch display is.
It is so good.
It's so nice. And by the way, this is how simple Minolta makes it. This is what Minolta does. They make your life so much easier. There's that wheel on the top that you can go between the different modes that are available for you.
It's actually there so you can like play almost and make it even more pretty. Like I can't even imagine making images more pretty.
You also see there's a microphone there too. So when you're recording that high definition, that 4K video, you do also get a microphone flash that's built into it. On the top, it's zoom in, it's zoom out, and then you push the button to take the photo, and look how even the 3-inch display makes it so easy to be able to see and how vibrant everything is. And when you're sitting there waiting for that moment, a lot of times you get your cell phone on, that battery's just draining down. And then what happens when you're taking that video and somebody calls you, you're not taking video anymore. And then you run out of memories and you're like, well, what should I delete so I can take more photos?
Isn't that the worst?
That's a thing of the past. If you're on vacation, it doesn't matter. You just pop out the memory card.
Get another memory card.
You can get memory cards all like at gas stations nowadays. You find them so available. So not only are you taking these amazing videos, going back to the photos, this is why you're buying a camera. All the different events that are going to happen. You can have Halloween around the corner. I mean, we're already halfway through the year to be able to celebrate. And now, taking these photos, these are memories that you're going to have for a lifetime. We just came back from a big summer trip with our family. You know, a lot of people are taking those summer trips. Think about what you're going to rely on. You rely on a cell phone that's meant to make phone calls and they happen to add cameras to it, or do you want to get those portrait quality photos right there? Not only focused here, just look at her scarf. The orange just pops off up against even the mist that's in the background, that fog. It's all in focus. That's what Minolta does, is creates amazing memories. How many of us are sitting at the ball field? You're watching kids, baseball, football, soccer, all these different events.
What happens when you zoom in with your phone? Oh gosh, you lose all the quality. Look at this.
She's got that concentration, but look, here comes the ball. Like you're catching the ball in mid-flight. Action mode is built into it. So for all those kids' events, you are going to love it. Even if the kids are just smiling in front of the train, it's those smiles, those memories that are so precious to you that you absolutely love. The contrast on the train, the different saturations of colors, but then it's that $1 million smile that the kids are giving you. That's what you want to be able to have. Nighttime mode. Horrible for most cameras.
Look how beautiful
this was
that
down. This was down Gasparilla Parade down here in Tampa, and it's at nighttime. But a lot of times you take a picture at night. Does the sky look dark? Nope, it looks gray. It looks fuzzy, and so is everything else because it's low light. This is no flash. Only light is coming from the different vehicles. That's what's illuminating this entire photo. There's a low light mode on here that'll make you a professional photographer, not just at daytime, but at nighttime. So think about Halloween, think about birthdays, think about blowing out those candles, think about just late day sunsets, or even you're just sitting around the fire. You had a fire in the yard. This is going to be able to capture some amazing photos because of the low light mode. And when you go back to what you're buying today, you're buying a brand that's been doing this for 80 years. They made a camera designed to specifically take photos, because you're not buying a cell phone. This is a camera that's going to take you amazing shots. The way they've designed this, you can hold it right there, that keeps it nice and steady. Because when you're holding a cell phone, it's kind of wobbly, then you're pushing the button, and that gives it the shake. This also has image stabilization built into it. So as you're clicking away, as you're moving around, doesn't matter, everything's going to be nice and steady. And that picture right there, that frame, is going to take a 64 megapixel picture. Why does this matter? Most cell phones are 10, 12, 14 megapixels. They look great on that tiny little 3 or 4 inch screen, but then you go to print them off. When you're at 8 by 10, Emily, or even larger like we showed you here, this is impossible with a cell phone. This is a 20 by 30 inch photo. Everything is in focus on here. We saw people that are sitting out in balconies. We saw for sale signs. We saw the different colors. You can zoom so close in, and keep in mind, they're zooming in. Look how big my hand is. This thing is is so much detail. That's what matters when you want a good shot.
Right.
You want to be able to have the resolution, want to be able to take quick photos, and want to do it easily. That's what Minolta's giving you today.
And we are running out of time. But I wanted to let you know that we have already gotten an update on the purple. There are fewer than 200 left in that purple, so make sure you're grabbing it. Just think about how much you paid for a portrait session in one shot. I spent over $200 to get professional photos taken, and I could have just gotten this beautiful camera, I tell you, and then I could take as many photos as I want. High quality, portrait quality pictures that you are going to enjoy for a lifetime. Joe, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
Absolutely. And I tell you, Joe's a great photographer, but I tell you, sorry, I'm going to put it out there. Sometimes the tools.
It's the camera. Yeah.
Make it happen.
Great. Absolutely.
He'll admit it. All right. You know what? We wanted to let you know we're going to take a quick break, but here is an awesome deal. Ooh, from Helen and Nicole. Check it out.
Oh, wow. The weather is so terrible today. It says on the news 150